Hey everybody. Welcome to my channel. This is Nine Worlds Tarot. And I am doing a tag today that was created by Simon from the Hermit's Cave. And it's the Deck That tag. It's been going around, everyone's seen it. And I'm late to the party just because I just haven't had time to film anything. But I'm on vacation this week, so I'm going to try to push out a couple videos. So let's get started. The deck that tag. Okay, the deck that reflects who I used to be. Now, I have many used to be's. Like I have many iterations of myself. But I went with the anthropologist tarot. My undergraduate degree is in physical anthropology. And specifically, I was focusing, I did archaeology, I did paleoanthropology, but I was leaning towards primatology, so studying of apes and monkeys and whatnot. Um, but I loved it. I absolutely loved it. So here are the backs. So I don't know how people do this. So this is like a little more higher tech than I'm used to. So okay, those are the backs. And here are the fronts. Now, this is a deck that's completely different than what I usually go for. I mean, I'm really into collage decks now. So this is a collage deck. So in that way, it fits. But the brightness, it's so bright, and it's like gaudy. It's like, and it's so see, it's a cool deck. It's really cool. And like the pentacles are fingers, like statue fingers. So they'll be missing fingers. Say like right there. The Ace of Pentacles is a single finger sticking up in the air. So love that. Very cheeky. Very bright, very interesting. Definitely not something I usually would go for, especially since it's pretty pippish. I don't usually go for pippish decks as well, but I'm determined to bond with this, and I already am. I think I am. I think I've come a long way with this deck already, and I like it. I really do like it. It's very interesting. Not enough bones in it though for the anthropologist. Like there's a lot of art, statues, and stuff like that. So I would call this maybe the museum tarot. But there really needs to be more like Neanderthal bones and primates and and stuff like that in order for it to be an anthropologist. I know like cultural anthropology, they don't study bones in cultural anthropology, but they study people. So you would have people in in this deck. But no, but that's okay. I love it anyway. Yeah, I do. It's very cool. It's very, very, very cool. So yeah. Okay, let's one more card. No, let's do another card. Pretty cool, huh? Now I don't know if I'm going to edit this or not. Editing takes a lot of time. I don't know how people do it. They just edit like every video and they come out with multiple videos. I don't know how they do it. It's like so time consuming. Okay, so the next one is the deck that surprised me the most. And I chose the Goddess of Love Tarot. So, big box. Let me pull it out. Another collage deck. Surprise, surprise. And there. So the reason this is a surprise isn't because of the topic. It is actually the topic that made me buy it. But what surprised me is how much I enjoyed the deck. Because when I first saw it, I thought it was god awful, like ugly. I thought it was ugly, and I thought like the red borders were just way too Valentine-y for me. And yeah, so I for a while I resisted it, but everyone was talking about how amazing the the guidebook was, and like how different it was. And it is. It's dealing with feminine power, sexuality, feminine sexuality, and empowerment through that sexuality. And so that's right up my alley. You know, I love that topic. So I was like, I gotta have the deck. I gotta. And so when I first got it, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna look past it. I'm gonna look past the red borders. Um, it's in the pink backgrounds, red with the pink backgrounds. It's so Valentine-y, and it's just not my cuppa, not my cuppa. But I love the deck. Otherwise, otherwise, I really love the deck. It's very cool. I mean, look at that devil card. That is awesome. And I won't show all the cards. I don't know how y'all do this, you know, where you're pulling cards off and it stays straight. Don't know how you do it. See, it just goes crooked for me. Anyway, it's just going to be crooked, sorry. So 3 of Cups. And the Chariot, and this is actually Freya. It's a painting of Freya. I recognize that one. Yeah, and this one is Pippish as well, I see. Yeah. So I haven't used this in a while. Maybe I need to pull it out because it's it's a very powerful messages. And messages I might be needing right now. You know, personal empowerment. So yeah, so that is the Goddess of Love tarot. Okay. Get in the box. Sorry, I know this is clumsy, and you have to wait for me to go through this, and I might not edit it out. Okay. The deck that intimidates me. I chose, these are the backs, Marseille. Marseille intimidates me. I only have 2 Marseille decks. This is a replica of the Jean Dodal. And yeah, like the pips, the Marseille, you know, pips are just beyond me. I took a Marseille class with Kasha from Tarot Map. Um, and I'm gonna go back and rewatch it. I gotta rewatch the video because I would like to learn how to read with it, but at the same time, I really like having all the images because I like the conversation. Like if I'm reading for somebody else, I like the conversation that those images spark. Um, but I mean, we'll see. We'll see. Like I can learn it, see if how it reads with other people. Um, yeah, I think it's challenging. It definitely is a challenging system. And I know some people absolutely love it, love it, and they're really good at it. And I'm just not. I even like briefly took like a study group with Robin from Toadstool Tarot, and I think also Chris from Elemental Cartomancy, and still thumbs when trying to read it. So that intimidates me the more say. Okay, the next one is the deck that's pure comfort. Now, this one was difficult because I don't do comfort. I don't do comfort decks. I don't do hug decks. I don't do inner child decks. Not deliberately. I don't look at a deck that looks like a child made it, you know, and say, oh, I got to have that for inner child work. I don't do that. Like my decks are, I usually have a more, I don't know, intense or adult or I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. I'm sure you know what I mean, but I don't have hug decks. So I went with the textured tarot because, um, yeah, I went with the textured tarot because it's by surprise. Some of the cards are very inner child workish, and and in a good way, like not in okay, we need to process trauma kind of way. It's more of a, oh, like this is nostalgic. This reminds me of the good parts of my childhood. Um, so, and like the deck itself just is comforting. I didn't get it with that intention, but it's a beautiful deck. Um, Another collage deck, surprise. And I'm not fond of the new one. She's coming out with a new version. Not fond of it. I like this version. So, and yeah, it's everyday people. Um, it's beautiful, lovely colors. You got Ugg boots. Um, yeah, you got like gender bending. It's just a really cool deck. But then let's see if I come across any of them, like decks that remind me of my childhood. Um, got the Tower of Babel, very beautifully done with the flowers. Aw, and there's a fox. The fox is one of the animals that like sort of came to a person that did a shamanic journey on my behalf. And it was funny because like a couple weeks later, there was a fox outside my house. I've never seen a fox in my neighborhood, and twice. Once he was in my backyard. So that was meaningful. And here, Page of Cups. I used to sit on the bottom. Yeah, that's kind of glare. Is that the glare? Like, if you see, she's sitting at the bottom of water. So she's underwater and she has bubbles coming out. And I used to do that all the time. I was such a water baby when I was young, such a water baby. And this picture just reminded me of when I was young. And I would sit on the bottom of the pool. I was able to hold my breath for a very long time and would just go down there and just sit. And it was a very lovely meditative feeling. So, and and I used to play the violin briefly as a child. Um, yeah, I just think it's a sweet deck. It's a very sweet deck. Um, and there's another card in there that's again underwater that reminds me of a movie that I loved as a child. Um, it was called Where the River Runs Black. And most people haven't heard of that movie. Okay, the next one. Too pretty to use, but you love it anyway. Where is it? There. The Gothic Literature Tarot. I just got this not too long ago. But the quality of the paper, like it feels like so nice. And the gilding and the artwork. Um, I'm not sure I won't take this out of my house because I don't want to use this to the point where it gets damaged. Um, but it's a gorgeous deck, too gorgeous to use outside of the house. And I don't use it much at all. Like some people will use decks according to season, and when Halloween is approaching, they'll use dark decks, spooky, so-called spooky decks. And this would be perfect for this time of year. But I don't function that way. I usually don't function that way. Um, I don't choose decks by season. So I will someday read with it, I'm sure. Hopefully, because it's gorgeous. It's a beautiful deck. I wish I were closer. I wish I had brought this down a bit, but I'm not going to shake it. And I don't have one of those nifty cameras where you just twist it and it goes down. I don't have that. So, yeah. So, Ace of Ravens, Ten of Skulls, Six of Torches. Like it's so beautiful. So, I mean, I'm just going to say that over and over again. It's just a gorgeous deck, and it was so well made, and it came in a box. I don't have the box with me, but it came in a box that looks like a book, like an old book you'd find in the library, which was very cool, and it was very reasonably priced, like ridiculously so. And I got it on sale, and I got one. I don't know if he's gonna. I assume it's a he. I'm making an assumption that it's a he that made it. I actually don't know the name of the creator. Um, yeah, I don't know if they are coming out with it again. I got one of the last copies that were on Etsy at the time. There was only like 3 or 4 left when I got it. So we'll see. I don't know if it's now out of print or if they're just waiting for a whole new, print cycle to happen. So but keep your eyes out if you're wanting that deck. Okay, the next one. The deck that gives the best readings. And I chose, is this upside down? Yes. The Super Lunaris. Okay, so these are the backs. Very purpley. And why? It's very Rider-Waite-Smith, but it's also very modern. Um, and I like that. It's also very diverse, which I like that as well. And so, what makes this, it's very approachable for other people. They can see themselves in the deck, um, which is nice. And there's just an approachability about this deck. And since it's so close to the Rider-Waite-Smith, it's easy for me to just dive right in and use it. And this is the primary deck that I use to read for people. Not always, not always. It depends on where I am and who it is and what vibe I'm feeling. But a lot of time, I say 75% of the time, if I'm just like going to do cold readings somewhere, I bring this deck. And it's the deck that I will use. And yeah, it's beautiful, very well done. And I like the diversity in ethnicities and sizes and age. So yeah, that's the Super Lunaris. Okay, so what's the next one? Um, the deck that made me fall in love um, with tarot again. This one was hard. I never fell out of love. Actually, I put it down here. Hold on. I never fell out of love with tarot. So it was hard to me to answer this. So I chose what made me fall back in love with the Rider-Waite-Smith. And it was probably this deck. It's the borderless Smith Waite. Those backs. And I have another deck that probably made me fall in love with it, and it's very bright. It's very bright, and I love that one too. Um, but this one was probably, I was just in a more faded mood, and I was like, yeah, this is the one. This is the one that really, toned down those yellows, um, that were just too garish for me. And I love the fact that it's borderless. Um, you all have seen this, so I don't really have to flip through it. But yeah, this is the one because I like the muted tones and the borderlessness of it. Okay, so the next one is the deck that I wish more people would talk about, and I'm choosing the Noisy Museum Tarot. This is one of my favorite decks. I don't see many people talking about it. Um, but it's a great collage deck. I love it because, and I can't really say, like, people can go on and on about why they love a specific collage deck. I can't. I can't tell you why I love collage decks. I just do. I just love collage decks. And I wish I could verbalize why. I can't yet. Not as of yet. But I love the art choices are wonderful, and then you got the like the symbol at the bottom, and the symbol moves around. But yeah, and every now and then I'll try to find like the person, like if it's a historical figure, I'll like, try to find them, like who they are. But I have the memory of a guppy, so I can look up the same person multiple times and still like learn something new in the process. But yeah, I think it's really cool, and I think more people should have it. If you like collage decks, um, I definitely recommend it. And it's smaller than ones like the Ritual Tarot, love it, and the Linus Oracle Tarot, love it. But they're big, they're big, and the Scarab and Dahlia, big deck. So this is a good small, normal sized tarot deck. Like it has the same kind of vibe, sort of, kind of. Okay, the next one is feels like a secret between us. I don't have one for this one, to be honest. It feels like a secret between us. Yeah, I pulled nothing out, and there's nothing written there because I'm not sure I grasp what it means. So yeah, let's skip that one. Sorry. Um, Deck that defines my practice right now, and I chose the Scarab and Dahlia. Why? Because I'm using it a lot. Um, it has inspired me. Excuse me, sorry, I'm fussing. It has inspired me actually to maybe take up collaging as a hobby. So I've started looking for books, like old books online that I could use for collage work, and I plan on going to a secondhand store to see if I could find any cool books with cool, interesting people in them. And yeah, so yeah, at one point I was going to get rid of this, like I said in a different video, because it's so big and it actually hurts my hand. I have arthritic thumbs, and so it's painful to use. Um, but I'm getting used to it. I'm learning how to use it, so it doesn't hurt so much. And I love it. I think it's a wonderful deck. Like it's not like most of the cards aren't super busy. Like some people shy away from collage decks because they feel they're just too much for them, just too much sensory input. And I think this one is more of a lower key for sort of streamlined kind of collage work. But the reason it defines my practice is because I'm all about collage right now, and I'm reading with this deck frequently, and the Lioness Oracle Tarot as well. Been reading with that one a lot too. But great deck. Yeah, so that is the Scarab and Dahlia Tarot. Okay. Come on. There. Okay, the last one. The deck that waits patiently for me. Well, The Long Way Home Oracle, a visual diary. And this is by, what's her name? Sasha Lopez. As you can see, when I open it, it still has the plastic wrap on it. I've been very stressed out recently over some personal things that are going on, and I just can't bring myself to open it. I can't. It just sits there. And because I'm like, I want it to be perfect. I want to be centered when I open this deck and enjoy this deck and take it in because I know it's a beautiful deck. She did a wonderful job. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful because I've seen walkthroughs of it and I really want to dive into it, but I don't want to do it in a bad headspace. So she's waiting for me. She's just sitting there right next to me most of the day. And I look at her and then I don't pick her up. But she's waiting because once the stress eases up a bit, which might be actually tonight. Like I'm good today. I'm good. I wouldn't be making this video because I cannot compartmentalize my emotions like some people do. If I'm having a bad day, I'm having a bad day. But anywho, I can't wait to dive into this deck. And I'm looking for something to pair it with. So if anyone can recommend a deck, like a tarot deck that I can pair it with really well, let me know. Um, I'll try it with my different collage decks to see how they work out. But this is a different kind of collage, like a lot of photography. And I don't have one that's like mainly photography. So, but can't wait. Looking forward to it. Looking forward to it. So maybe right after this. Got some chores to do, and then maybe I will relax and chill and be able to finally dive into that deck. So that is the end. That is all the prompts. And thank you for watching. And I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.